Let me guess. You went to bed telling yourself, all right, tonight I'm doing it right. Early night, 8 hours, no excuses. And then somehow, it's 1:47 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling, your phone is face down like that's fooling anyone, and your brain decides now is the perfect time to replay every awkward thing you've ever said since 2014. Then the alarm goes off, and immediately you think, yep, I didn't get enough sleep. Today's a write-off. No focus, low motivation, zero discipline. And here's the part nobody talks about. You don't even try to be productive because you've already blamed the day on sleep. That's literally how most people live. And look, sleep matters. But what if I told you the problem isn't that you're sleeping too little? It's that you don't understand how energy actually works. Here's the real struggle most people are dealing with. You start the week strong, you tell yourself, this time I'm fixing my sleep, this time I'm disciplined. But life happens. Late nights, early mornings, inconsistent schedules, and suddenly you're stuck in this cycle where you feel permanently behind, permanently tired, permanently waiting for the perfect night of sleep before you show up fully. So you rely on motivation. You wait to feel rested. You wait to feel ready. And when you don't, you give yourself permission to slack off. That's the trap. And today, we're breaking it. Because science, actual neuroscience and behavioral psychology, says something that sounds almost illegal to say in self-improvement. You can sleep less and still wake up fresh, but only if you stop doing sleep the way most people do it. Look, here's the thing. You've been told your entire life that 8 hours is non-negotiable. 8 hours or you're broken. 8 hours or you're unfocused. 8 hours or you're unhealthy. And yeah, on average, adults need somewhere between 7 to 9 hours. But averages are dangerous, because averages hide adaptation. Here's what most people don't realize. The brain doesn't measure sleep in hours. It measures sleep in quality, timing, and depth. There's a massive difference between 8 hours of fragmented, anxious, blue light-filled sleep and 6.5 hours of deep, consistent, properly timed sleep. And science is very clear on this. A 2019 study published in Nature and Science of Sleep found that sleep efficiency, how much time you're actually unconscious and in deep sleep, predicts daytime energy better than total sleep duration. Translation? Someone sleeping 6.5 hours efficiently can feel more alert than someone sleeping 8.5 hours poorly. And yet, nobody teaches this. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but when I sleep less, I feel terrible. Yeah, of course you do, because your body hasn't adapted. Energy isn't about comfort, it's about training. Think of it like this. If you've never lifted weights before, 5 push-ups feel exhausting. Not because push-ups are impossible, but because your body hasn't learned how to recruit energy efficiently. Sleep works the same way. When your schedule is inconsistent, sleeping 5 hours one night, 9 the next, doom scrolling until 2 a.m., your brain never learns a rhythm. So it panics, and panic burns energy. This is where it gets really interesting. You've probably heard the term sleep debt, the idea that if you miss sleep, your body keeps a running total and punishes you later. Sounds scary, right? But here's what most people don't realize. Sleep debt isn't linear. According to research from the University of Pennsylvania, the body recovers cognitive performance faster than people expect, especially when sleep timing is consistent. In other words, one bad night doesn't ruin you. 2 slightly shorter nights don't destroy productivity. What actually wrecks you is inconsistency plus anxiety. And anxiety is key here, because when you believe you're tired, your brain downshifts effort. That's not mindset fluff, that's neuroscience. Studies on expectancy effects show that people who believe they slept poorly perform worse on attention tasks even when they slept the same amount as others. So half your exhaustion is psychological. This is where self-improvement usually gets uncomfortable, because everyone wants a hack. Nobody wants discipline. But here's the truth. You don't wake up tired because you slept less. You wake up tired because your wake-up identity is weak. Think about it like this. When you wake up late, you negotiate. When I feel ready, 5 more minutes, I'll start after coffee. That teaches your brain mornings are optional.
But when you wake up with intention, even on less sleep, you send a different signal. We move first, feelings come later, and the brain adapts to that. This is backed by behavioral science. A study in psychological science showed that behavior precedes motivation, not the other way. You act, your brain justifies, motivation follows, not the reverse. Let's talk about elite performers for a second. CEOs, athletes, military operators, surgeons. No, they're not superhuman, they're trained. They've conditioned their nervous system to switch on fast. Because here's something no one tells you. Sleepiness is partly a learned response. If every time you feel tired, you stop, scroll, or complain, your brain associates low energy with disengagement. But if every time you wake up, even slightly tired, you move, hydrate, expose yourself to light, and engage your mind, your brain adapts. Neuroplasticity works both ways. Let me tell you a quick story. Two people sleep 6 hours. Person A wakes up thinking, I'm exhausted. This day is gonna suck. They stay in bed, scroll their phone, delay movement. Person B wakes up and says, okay, let's go. They stand up immediately, drink water, get sunlight. Same sleep, different outcome. Why? Because energy isn't something you have, it's something you generate. Practical strategy number 1, the non-negotiable wake-up rule. Here's something you can apply tomorrow. Wake up at the same time, no matter what. Yes, even after a bad night, especially after a bad night, because consistency trains your circadian rhythm faster than sleeping in ever will. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that consistent wake times stabilize energy levels more effectively than consistent bedtimes. That's huge. Stop protecting bedtime, protect wake time. Practical strategy number 2. Front-load energy, don't wait to feel it. Most people wait to feel awake before doing hard things. That's backwards. Do something activating immediately. Walk outside, cold water on your face, light movement, deep breathing. Within 10 to 15 minutes, cortisol rises naturally. Not stress cortisol, wakefulness cortisol. That's biology, not hype. Practical strategy number 3. Cut the I slept bad narrative. Here's the thing. Every time you say, I didn't sleep well, so you're programming limitation. Instead, use neutral language. I slept less, I'm still functional. That alone improves performance. This isn't toxic positivity, it's cognitive control. Practical strategy number 4. Strategic sleep compression. Now this is advanced but powerful. Instead of random sleep loss, intentionally compress sleep for short periods. Why? Because controlled stress builds resilience. Sleep researchers call this sleep restriction therapy, and it's used clinically to improve sleep efficiency. When done properly, deep sleep increases, sleep onset becomes faster, morning grogginess decreases. You don't do this forever, you do it to train efficiency. Now, you might be thinking, but sleep deprivation is dangerous. Chronic deprivation, yes. Mindless inconsistency? Absolutely. But intentional, structured adaptation is different. We're not talking about grinding yourself into the ground, we're talking about stopping the excuse cycle. Because most people fail due to lack of sleep. They fail due to lack of ownership. This video isn't actually about sleep. It's about something deeper. It's about how quickly you give yourself permission to quit. Sleep is just the socially accepted excuse. I didn't sleep well. I'm low energy. I'll start tomorrow. And that mindset leaks into everything. Work, fitness, relationships, goals. High performers don't wait for perfect conditions. They build systems that work inside imperfect ones. Here's what most people don't realize. Feeling tired doesn't mean you can't function. It means your body hasn't been trained to function anyway. And once you learn that, you stop being fragile. You stop negotiating with comfort. You start winning days, even imperfect ones. Look, you're not behind. You're not broken. You don't need perfect sleep to start living with discipline. You need consistency. You need responsibility. You need to stop waiting to feel ready. Because growth doesn't happen when conditions are ideal. It happens when you show up anyway. If this video challenged the way you think, if it made you uncomfortable in the right way, that's a good sign.